starting a little late here. 9:07.
Oh, and more delays.
All right, hold on.
Jeez.
I'll tell you, something happened that's really different. I mean,
Yes.
What's that?
What happened?
you didn't did you fart?
No.
Really? That's the way you want to open
I
the
know.
podcast? Did you fart?
I got an air of ass.
It wasn't me. Could be you. Could be your ball sack.
An air
no.
of ash.
Yeah. All right, it's I don't know. It's July 16th.
It still is, yeah.
Yep. Still,
Yeah,
it's the
right
second
there.
half of the
It
Dudes
tells
Like
you
Us
right there.
podcast. There it is, John.
look at
It's
that.
June.
Although it says
Very
June.
handy.
It's June.
And it's Sunday.
Very handy.
Yeah, it's very,
Sunday, June
None of that
16th.
is accurate.
and it's 77 degrees in here. It's not true either. Feels kind of nice. It's comfortable in here.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, we got a fantastic second half of the Dudes Like Us podcast showing up here, and Mr. Producer's with us, and it's Dudes Like Us. I'm Sean,
I'm Paul.
And I am Jeff.
and we are sucking down some beer, and it is a great day, and we're so
We-
excited about it.
We are sucking down beer?
Well, I mean, you're not drinking beer, and Jeff opted to not.
Yeah.
I still have a beer.
All right. If you have not heard, this is the national...
Oh.
She's clearly drunk. All right. So this was the opening of the Home Run Derby, kicking off the
She's
All-Star...
mortified.
the MLB All-Star festivities in Dallas, and that was a train wreck.
Yeah, it was. So she put out a post the next day. It says, I'm not going to bullshit, y'all. I was drunk last night. I'm checking myself into a facility today to get the help I need. That was not me last night. I apologize to the Major League Baseball, all the fans in this country I love so much for that rendition. I'll let y'all know how rehab is. I hear it's super fun.
Oh.
So even her,
super fun. Don't make light of it.
Even that.
Don't
was,
make light of. Don't make light of it. You
But
fucked up bad in front of the
that's-
entire nation, the world.
That's what she posted, and look.
Why do we live in a world where there's no humility and accountability? True humility and accountability. That sucks that she said that.
Well,
I think, unfortunately, she's going to go down. She's going to live forever because this is going to be ranked as one of the worst, if not the worst ever, because you have...
I mean, it beat Roseanne Barrs,
Roseanne Barr. Fergie, I guess, had a really bad one out there.
Yeah, that was a basketball game.
I don't know if
think.
I've ever seen that.
I haven't seen the Fergie
I haven't
one.
I haven't either.
Put the Fergie national anthem on, because they keep comparing. I keep seeing comments about she's off the hook or something like that, because I guess hers was so bad. Let's see what...
That was 6 years ago.
And she wasn't drunk. Here we go.
Can you see by the dawn's early light?
Oh, stop it. Oh, my God.
Try to do some bluesy stuff in there. Jazzy.
Oh, stop.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight.
Oh, my
Ouch.
God. Oh, my God.
Fuck James LeBron.
I
LeBron
can't
James.
stand him. Oh, no, they're showing...
Hey, Will, keep my wife's name out your mouth. At least she's hitting the notes.
She can sing. There's no question about it.
It's the style that is just
She was
so
trying to be a
bad.
lounge singer. Like, hey, I tell you what,
Thing is-
it's not as bad as the one we just listened to.
Oh, no, it definitely wasn't. So, and the thing is that she's
Uh-oh.
probably...
Oh, well, she's not done yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Sorry, she just took it to another level here. Oh my God.
This is bad. Even he's like, dude.
He's like, seriously, when's it going to end? Oh, they're laughing. They're laughing.
He's a prick.
They're all laughing because it was that bad.
She's probably thinking, I nailed the shit out of that.
They are laughing. They're all laughing, the players. What is this? This is a,
It's NBA All-Star.
the NBA All-Star game. Okay. pretty bad.
God bless. And you know what? She's got to be like pissed off at her manager because or whoever decided, hey, you know what? Let's do the national anthem. Yeah, let's put a little blues jazz mix to it.
Yeah,
why don't we get that? Let's try this out.
You're in a jazz lounge. Kill it.
Oh, you're not used to that kind of music? Yeah, just fake it. Just pull yourself together.
Just go, hey, a bunch of times.
Yeah, a salami sandwich. You know.
Oh man, that was awful. That was awful, but it wasn't as bad as the drunk girl.
Yeah, Ingrid Andress, and look,
she wins the number one shittiest anthem ever.
But Ingrid, she's actually a fantastic singer.
I'm
country
sure she
singer. And because I listened to a couple of her songs prior to the podcast, I was kind of like, surely she was clearly drunk.
Shit face. Oh, you can see it in her face.
Yeah. I think she was still drunk the next day when she posted that because you can't be sober and post that. Like, I heard it's fun, right? Come on.
Yeah, she should have stopped.
Come on.
Like 5 words before that.
Accept accept some responsibility in life and just, hey, you know what, dude? If she did. No bullshit. I fucked up. What did it?
Yeah, she did. She
I screwed up. I'm going to rehab. Thanks. I'll be in. Back.
Yeah, pray for me.
Left it at that.
How about that? Pray for me. I suck right now.
Yeah, that I'm looking forward to. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that was a mistake. What about Roseanne Barr? So I think she was trying to be funny.
I think she was purposely bad.
Yeah, she was purposely bad.
She's not a singer for one thing.
Right. She was trying to be funny and people booed. Like the anthem is, you can't be disrespectful singing the national anthem. And I think she was, yeah, here we go.
I don't think she was.
This may be worse.
Well, but she deliberately trying to do that, and they're booing her. See, she's laughing.
You know, it's one of those moments.
Oh, no. How disrespectful can you be?
And you know what's weird is she's a big conservative now. She probably hates this.
Well, then she spits on the ground.
Then she spits.
Show that last part.
And I think she grabs her crotch.
And I remember her making a comment saying, well, I was supposed to be like, not hawk to. Is that what you just said?
You did.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Did. You said hawk to. You did.
Well, I mean, she was supposed to be like a tobacco spitting thing.
What is happening?
She had mentioned, well, I was representing what the baseball players do when they got their little tobacco and they spit on the ground.
I thought she grabs a crotch too.
She does.
Keep playing it. Keep playing it. I think she grabs a crotch.
Yeah, hit
which
play on
we all want to watch that.
Yeah, just grab that paniculum. Come on.
Oh, just gotta reach over.
She was just trying to be funny. So.
Is that Belushi?
No, that's that Tom Arnold. He's probably hopped up on coke.
Yeah, it was not appropriate.
Well, whatever, man. I mean, look, that was.
Oh, they're booing the shit out of her.
These are life.
Well deserved, though.
Yeah. Well deserved. You don't mock the national anthem.
Well,
you don't.
The thing is that they put her in her position like that.
Exactly.
I mean, they went in there and say, "Hey, look, you want to sing the national anthem?" It's like, well, I can't sing. Just go up there and have fun.
Have some fun with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she did, and it didn't go over very well.
And she's an obnoxious comedian, right?
She is.
And she always has been. She always will be. I mean,
have you seen her on the Gutfield show within the last year?
No.
Yeah, she was on the Gutfield show, and she fucking hammered a few things where she was just like, I don't give a fuck, and she said what she wanted to say.
She got screwed, man. It was bullshit.
ABC dropped her ass because of her comparison to Planet of the Apes.
Valerie Jarrett.
Yeah, fuck Valerie Jarrett. The bitch looks like one of the goddamn Planet of the Apes. You see that fucking haircut she had? It looks just like it. I mean, you take a snapshot. We did this.
Yeah, we did
this. I'm not saying she looks like an ape. I'm saying her hairstyle, the features on her, and you line that up to the Planet of the Apes, carbon fucking copies. Suck a dick.
The problem is, like, comedians they're supposed to get away with shit like that.
They did. Well,
they are supposed to, and they don't anymore.
No.
But there seems to be a little resurgence.
Unless they're like, fucking with Donald Trump or any kind of right-winged or right-influenced things. They can get away with like slaughtering them, but how dare you make fun of any of them?
Well, let's see what happens.
Democrat?
Let's see what happens to Jack Black. You know?
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck Jack Black.
Is he going to
Fuck
survive?
Tenacious D. I'm so disappointed with them right now.
Is he going to survive their Dixie Chick
Pull
moment?
that up, Mr. Austin. Pull up.
This is definitely a Dixie Chicks moment.
Pull up Tenacious D.
I think the band.
I think they missed Trump.
They're probably going to get the rest of their things canceled.
Sounds like,
I mean, they put the tour on hold. It sounds like they probably were told you're not playing.
Make 3.
But in Tenacious D's case, 1 and 1 make 0 because Jack Black just canceled the band's concert tour amid controversy.
Yeah, well,
take a look at what happened.
Oh boy! Now we're looking at this.
Surrounding the shocking assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump.
Tenacious D is still going full force.
Not anymore. The actor and musician says he was blindsided over the weekend by Tenacious D partner Kyle Gass.
Oh yeah.
As his longtime bandmate
it was his
celebrated
birthday
with a cake and candles on stage in Australia.
Yeah.
When asked to make a wish, Kyle answered, "Don't miss Trump next time."
Anytime you need to be serviced, KG and I will be there.
But not in the wake of their backlash over Kyle's remarks.
Yeah.
Well, they're not going to show it. This one did show, but that's fine with me. I don't even need to hear his little fat ass say that. But here's the thing.
Oh, hold on. He made a statement. I would like to see that statement. Can you go back to that real quick?
I think it's gone.
Oh, it is.
We'll
gone.
be able to find it.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't matter because look, they're gonna try to weasel their way out of it. But both Jack Black and Kyle Gass, both of them, they're not Trump fans, which is fine.
That's okay.
It is absolutely okay. But you can't. You just can't say stuff like that. You can't say that they wish they were dead.
Line.
I mean, you and I can say it if we're like together or by ourselves. But if you're entertaining a bunch of people, I mean, you can't say it when you got fans that are on both sides of the aisle.
Right.
It's kind of like Taylor Swift or any of those. Taylor Swift shouldn't be saying stuff that will polarize people.
50% of her audience.
Yes. I mean, it's ridiculous. And frankly, if people really knew the truth, what's going on, it'd be less than 50% because most people in the United States want what's best for the United States.
Correct.
And it's not what the Democrats are pushing, period. And it's just they've been sucked into thinking that's what we need.
Well, they've been very good at vilifying the Republicans.
Right.
Over the years.
Successfully.
Yes, they've been very successful because they've owned the press, they've owned the colleges, education, all levels of press, and they're infiltrated.
Yeah,
they are.
And the Smith-Mundt Modernization Act.
The message is out. So, I mean, it's a matter of, and that's what kind of, they're harping on this Project 2025, and that came out, 3-4 years ago, but they're blaming Trump for it.
Right.
Somehow.
Yeah, he had an interesting response, though. He kind of was like, I don't know what this is. Some of it's ridiculous and it has nothing to do with me. Did he really have no idea what any of it was?
I mean, don't know.
And I think that miffed the Heritage Foundation a little bit because they were like, this is not something just to be, just kind of dismessed.
Well,
I mean, these are. Yeah, I have. I mean,
there's nothing offensive in there.
There's nothing offensive in there. It's simply an ideology about what the role of government should be.
Correct.
Right. And it's no secret that they've been small government out of our, get out of the lives of the people, let the states rule. And it's liberty for everyone.
Well, it's big about tax reform, making the tax code easier.
Right.
Being energy independent.
Right. No brainers.
What's wrong with that? Securing the border. What's wrong with that?
No brainer.
And instilling, trying to get back some of the control that the Democrats have had in the whole judicial bureaucracy, voting, college, all of that bullshit.
Yes.
To try to get some of that back because right now it's fully in the Democrats' hands.
For sure. Let me ask you a question. So I know that politics have always been, total vitriol, right? I mean, it's always been ugly. What about in the 1800s?
It was ugly back then too. Yes,
it was just like this. You think?
I think so.
They were calling each other names. I mean, I know they called it mud. They called it mudslinging.
There were conspiracies.
Oh yeah,
there were
100%.
with people changing the rules to be because look,
This
it's
is nothing
always
new.
been about power.
So two-party politics has just plagued.
It's always been about power.
It's
Yeah.
plagued this nation.
Who's going to be able to control it? Where's the money going? Who's got the power to allocate money? Because look, we got an endless supply of money coming in because you got these humans in the United States that are working their asses off day and night.
Yeah.
I mean, compare the labor force in the United States compared to like Europe. In Europe, there are like in Germany, for example, there are people that have off for like a month,
Right.
2 months, whatever, and they
Right.
they make enough money during the off months to support themselves throughout the whole year. You can't get that stuff in the United States. You are designed to work 7 days a week almost. Nonstop. I mean, we used to be able to support with the one person in the household working. They could be able to buy a house, build a family off of one person working. Now it's at a point now where you have the mom and the dad have to go out and work, or 2 dads or 2 moms.
Well, you don't
whatever
have
the fuck it
to.
is.
You don't have to. It's a choice.
It's a matter of what you want in your life.
Well,
but it
look,
is a sacrifice.
I had
No
somebody
question.
work for me.
I don't know, man.
No, you can do it. I
Yeah,
had
you
somebody
can.
work
We did
for
it.
me.
Yeah, you live in a box.
No,
No,
they,
we
had,
did
they
it.
had a small house.
Shelley stayed home for 20 years.
Yeah, they had a small house. He made less than I did. They had 2 kids.
Yeah, but you're missing the spirit of it, Jeff. I'm not. Yeah, you can do it.
Yes.
There are small little factions where you can get away with it.
I think
but
today
the majority of the people can't.
people want the material things.
Well,
That's what it
it's a
is.
sign of the
It
times.
is.
No, that's why you have to work.
There is an
2 jobs.
expectation.
That's because we're taught that. It's all trying to fit into the scheme of life. It's just like, I mean, yes, you can do it. You can, not go to Starbucks every day and get your
Yeah.
$5, $6
Yeah.
coffee. You can eat, top ramen
You
every
don't-
single day. You
you
can
don't
have
need the-
bologna.
You don't need the 80-inch TV. You
Yeah.
only get the
Yeah,
32
I mean, there's no
inch.
question. Western lifestyle, right? Western lifestyle is excess.
It
is. It's
It is.
materialistic.
But the cost
and it's
of living,
excess.
cost of living is far more, especially after the
It is now, especially. Yes.
yeah. Well, I mean, every year it's going to increase. It's always going to increase. It's just a matter of how much it's going to increase every
Right.
year. And it's just unfortunately under Biden, he just mismanaged the fuck out of it. And
Spending, right?
You know,
Spending makes people happy.
but the whole idea between the Republican and the Democrats is that the Democrats want more government. The Republicans want less.
Right.
We want to create a less. We don't want to spend. The Republicans don't want to spend as much money.
I wouldn't
'cause
say
they're
that.
kind of like
I wish that were true.
traditionally that's what it used to be.
Right.
Okay, and that's where it should be because that's probably what
That
the hell.
changed. That changed back in probably in the Reagan era.
Well, I
If
mean,
not
no.
before.
I think with Trump's like slashing the shit out of everything. He's
No.
like, we don't need that. We
No,
don't
he
need that. We
didn't.
don't need that. Yes, he did.
Our deficit
He's-
went up.
He said it, but he didn't do it.
I'm thinking he did.
And that's just as much as fault as the Republican Congress. I mean,
Right.
remember, they have
I'd like
they
to
have the
fact check
strings
that.
to the purse.
Yeah, they do. It's the Congress as well that actually controls the purse
And keep
strings.
in
Yeah.
mind, we were also in COVID and the spending was out of control, and then we had
Well,
this and that.
So
I mean,
what you're
there's
saying is
always
that see, it conflicts me and it gets me a little riled up here because it's not what Trump said and didn't do. It's what like you said, it's the Senate and Congress have to pass all this
Yes,
stuff.
they do.
All Trump can do is he brings the horse to the water.
Right.
He can't make the horse drink.
Right.
And if the Senate and the House are dug in because they've got all these invested people that are paying for them
Yes.
to be in the House and the Senate, that's where it's all fucked up. That's why term limits needs to be activated. We
Yep.
need to fucking start annihilating these motherfuckers. I'm not saying kill them. I'm just saying the term limits, bitch. You're
All right.
in, you're out. There's
All right.
no more Joe Bidens where you get these fucking 50 years of being in the office. Fuck that.
I
There's
agree.
a lot of them like that.
a lot of
Get
them.
them out. Get
Well, I
Jerry
mean-
Nadler out. Get that.
Yeah, because again, nowadays it's about a career.
It is.
It's a political career.
It
It's
should
not
be a
just
career.
it's not just going there for 2 terms and representing your people and coming back.
I mean, look at the
So-
congressman in. I've got a friend of mine in South Texas. He's a congressman. Well, hell, he's been a congressman for now a decade.
Right.
The
And-
fuck, man.
Well, no, he's going to stay there as long as he possibly can. They all do
Oh yeah.
But it's just like, why?
because they make lots
'Cause
of money.
Bank.
Yeah, I get it, but it's just like,
They get
Why can't-
they get perks? They get money. They get all sorts of shit.
so
Yeah,
are we
what's-
going to get like is Trump going to rally up the states to have a convention of the states to come up with the process of being able to have term limits put in?
That would be wonderful, but no.
You need what? 2/3,
Yeah,
I mean, after this
No,
last,
I think it's 3/4 for an amendment.
75%.
Yeah, it's like an amendment.
But it's not based on the population; it's based on the states, and we, the Republicans, have most of the states. It's the votes, what is it called? The population or the popular. What is it? The popular votes?
Delegates.
No, it's the amount of every state. Like California has a bunch, and it's just like what is it called? I
Well,
got
the
a brain fart.
electoral votes.
Yeah, electoral votes. It's the same thing. Like it's not based on that. So when you're tallying up the votes of the convention of states, every state has a vote.
right.
So I would say that the Republicans have the majority of the states.
I wonder how within each state they decide how to vote. It's not that simple, right? I mean, each one is a minute.
The governor.
Would it be the governor?
The governor has the final say on the states. Period.
Yeah,
It's not the House.
I'm not
For
sure
a
it works
convention
that
of a
way.
state vote.
For the
though?
convention of the states, it's the governor. It's not the Senate. It's not the House. It's not the congressman. It's not the senators. It's the governor.
I don't know, but I would be highly skeptical. if that's the
Mr.
case.
Producer, can you pull that up, please? Say who votes in the
Convention of
convention of
States.
states?
Yeah, that's
I don't
actually
know the answer to that.
yeah. That's an very
Governor makes sense.
interesting question. I mean, you can't leave that in the hands of one person for each state. It's got to be the legislature. It's got to be the state legislature, in my opinion. But let's see.
Well, it does say the legislature of 2/3 of the states, 34%, apply for convention. Congress is directed by the Constitution to convene.
That's just to convene it. Yes,
yeah.
I mean, it's so complicated.
That's why it hasn't been done.
That's right. That's why it's never been done. But
They've
they're
been-
moving towards it. There is a movement to do it, which is very interesting. I mean, they do mock runs of this. Did you know that? The states have gotten together and do a mock run of this, which is really encouraging.
So
It's an active movement.
Who determines the method of ratification? The mode of ratification is determined by Congress. And neither of these two processes is a vote by the electorate applicable to the ratification of a constitutional majority. I don't remember. I don't know what the fuck any of that means.
So it's a state Congress.
That's what I think. I can tell you what. We need time to research.
Who
it.
approves the ratification? The following the consideration by the Committee on Foreign Relations, the Senate either approves or rejects the resolution of ratification. I think that's on the foreign relations. So
Yeah, but you're talking about within the Senate, and you're talking about treaty ratification. That's something that's totally different.
Oh God, it's confusing and it's interesting.
Extremely confusing. Yes,
I would, because look, I mean, when we are the electoral process, for example, I mean, who's deciding that?
What?
Per state, the electoral process, when the electoral vote, when we're voting for the president, and we're
There's
putting
people that are appointed into those electoral positions.
that's right.
yeah,
And then
who are
they go to Washington and they place their
Who are they?
the electors. They are state electors, and they are.
Yeah,
So are they the delegates? Is that what they're called? The super delegates, or what are they called?
I think they're different. The delegates are the ones that have to do with the primaries and with the conventions.
correct.
Right? The Democratic and Republican conventions. Yes.
To actually nominate the president.
Yeah,
for
their
that party.
candidate. Their
The
candidate for the
electoral
president.
votes are, I don't know, are you elected into that position or appointed into that
I think you're
position?
appointed.
So
you
you're
are
appointed
appointed
in
into
that
that position by probably the state legislatures.
But you have to vote how the state goes.
You should.
You should, but
It doesn't always happen.
yeah, but I think there's been exceptions where that hasn't happened.
Right.
And I think they were hoping for one in Utah or Nebraska. They always say there's some weird one up there. They're like, yeah, we may well be able to flip this one or something like that.
Right.
no, because they get some guy up there like, hey, we'll give you $10 million. You're set for life.
Yeah.
And he does it.
Right.
And he's like, oh, then they don't vote for him. And
it
he's out.
has happened. It's very rare.
And then he gets golden bars in his coat pockets in his closet and Mercedes cars.
The right and left coast libs want to do away with the electoral college
Huge mistake.
because they want it on the popular vote, which would be the true erasing of democracy at that point.
It would be.
Because we're a republic, for one thing. We're a representative.
I'm really glad you said that. We are a republic.
Yeah.
I pledge allegiance to what?
To the Democrat.
To the
I
flag.
pledge allegiance to the flag and to the
I
republic.
meant to say democracy. Damn it, I blew
I
it.
pledge allegiance to the flag and to the republic for which it represents.
Right.
And that's so important that you said that, because there are so many people out there that say it's the democracy is like, bitch, we're not a democracy. We're a republic.
Correct.
Stop fucking saying that. It's like the
Right.
power of suggestion.
We are built on democratic principles, but we are technically not a democracy. We are a republic. Now, each state has democratic principles where we elect our leaders.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So it doesn't diminish the democratic part of it, but that's not the way the electoral system works. That's not the way we vote on presidents. Right.
It's representative, right? So, and if we ever did away with that, then Republicans will never win again,
Right. Because
president-wise.
here's why. Because
Because we'd be communist.
all of the cities are largely blue.
Correct.
And all of the cities are have the vast majority of the population.
Correct.
And California, Texas, Florida, they would completely dwarf all the smaller states, and they would have no say-so in their government.
Correct.
None whatsoever. It's basically what's happening in California, right? There's a ton of Republicans. If you look at the state from a red and blue
Yeah.
perspective,
It's basically all red.
there are gigantic swaths of red Republican, but they don't have the population.
Right.
They are, the cities have the population. So they get no say-so in their government.
That's because we keep
None.
dropping all these immigrants into the city areas.
Well,
It's not just that. Oregon and Washington are the same way.
Same way.
There's parts of Oregon,
Absolutely.
There are so many
Oregon.
ignorant people out there.
Yeah, they want to
just-
break away.
They want to break away
baffles
from
me.
it.
They want to break away from Oregon and join with Idaho because they are sick and tired of the government in their state giving them no voice whatsoever.
Correct.
And that's exactly what would happen if we do away with the Electoral College.
Yep.
And the founding fathers were brilliant. They knew that this would happen. That's exactly why they designed it this way.
Yeah.
They wanted Maine. Think about this. Maine has just the same say-so as California in the Senate.
Correct.
2 and 2. There are 100 senators, 2 from each state. It doesn't matter how small you are or how big you are. Your interests are going to be represented in this government. And that's brilliant.
Yep.
And that's the way it should be. And they want to do away with it. And I tell you what, it might work for them now, but you never know what's going to happen later. They're going to regret it later,
Right.
right? They did away with all these, rules in the Senate.
They came back to haunt them.
filibuster.
The filibuster.
Yeah. And they tried to warn them, you do this, sooner or later it's going to turn around on you. And it did quick.
Oh, yeah. It was fast.
So, I mean, they got to be careful with, but here's the problem. Like, to your point, they don't even know that it's not a democracy. They don't even understand that it's
People
that it's
are
a republic.
ignorant, and
They-
people are getting more and more. It's not stupid because we're not stupid. It's just they don't
Ignorant.
know. Yeah, they're
We are
absolutely
literally-
ignorant, and it all boils down to like our. So many times we have to address this.
I know.
It's the education process. What are we teaching the schools? What are we teaching the kids? What is important? What are the tools of life to make you successful?
Dude.
And they're simply just not teaching it. They're too
Yes.
convoluted, and fucking trans people and furries and shitting in boxes and prayer rooms and all this bullshit that's unnecessary.
We are literally, the movie Idiocracy is playing out.
It is.
Is Mountain Dew going to start coming out of the, or is it Gatorade? that
It's
comes out of the-
it's Gatorade.
comes out of the fountains.
Gatorade coming out.
No. It's how they irrigate their crops. And so they lose all their plants because they can't figure out why.
Why don't you use water,
And they're
man?
like,
You said that about the fucking movie because I've seen it before, but it's been so long ago, and I bought it, and I was like, God damn it, I fucking bought this.
I know it's a B movie, but in my opinion, it's a movie that every dude needs to watch.
Is that the movie where basically TV has evolved into the guy getting kicked in the nuts?
Yes.
Yeah. Idiosyncrasy.
Yeah.
Is it what's it called?
Idiocracy.
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 Yes.
Yeah,
on that
Stupid
topic.
movies that people like to see, funny movies that
Yes.
dudes like us have to see out
So let me
there,
tell you.
right?
Let me tell you. When we went to the tasting,
Gay bar? Oh, sorry.
Oh.
not the gay bar.
What?
No, that was after.
I didn't go to that.
No,
I didn't
You didn't
go.
go to the gay bar?
No, I missed that.
It was a happy bar.
Oh, it was so much fun. You guys
didn't tell
missed
me.
it.
You should tell.
Anyway, we're at the tasting.
You know there's still-
We're at the tasting, and I
he
was
won
getting
a mother of pearl watch.
I was getting so much grief from the guys that I was pitching the podcast to about the fact that I don't know how it even came up, but I told them I had not seen Animal House. Oh, I was getting a drumming, and I was like, and fair game, right? Because you guys have told me you haven't seen that. I was like, I need to see it. I know. Anyway, It brings up a topic
But that's
for me.
kind of shallow from their perspective.
It was. But we talked about Animal House. We talked about Idiocracy. There needs to be a list of movies that every dude that we should have an obligation to go watch.
Correct. I agree.
Yeah, I think that it's important. I mean, look, because look, everyone's different. Everyone has a preference of styles of movies.
Some of you going to like, some of you
I
not
like
going to
Star
like.
Wars, and Jeff's like, or Paul's like, Jeff's like, I should kind of butt onto it. I'm like, I gotta let him go by it.
Wait
But
a second.
you're kind of like,
No. I like Star Wars, but it started to get shitty. So I'm allowed to say that episode 1 sucked. Episode 2 was better.
You know what?
Episode 3 was okay.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Episode 1
You
sucked.
shut your fucking mouth. Jeff, shut the fuck. What is going on here?
Jar Jar Binks ruined episode
Actually,
1 for me.
Yeah, you know what?
Anyway.
though?
Little Anakin sucked.
He did.
Okay, but look, it's not about whether
boy.
he sucked or not. It's about the experience of it. Just like
No,
all these other
no.
movies.
The Acolyte, there's an experience. You want to see
That is different.
No.
Is it?
Yes, I'm not dealing with that, and I'm not watching it. I support you 100%,
Yeah.
even though when you first mentioned it, I was like, you're fucking moron. Actually, that's not
I don't
true.
know
never
about
said
I don't know
that.
about you, Jeff. I'm surprised that he's
No,
like
I'm glad that
I'm not giving
because
into
you-
some of this shit,
because you are
man.
so Star Wars.
I love
like,
Star Wars.
I
I'm a
know.
Star Wars fanatic, and it pains me that I'm not going to watch The Acolyte because I'm not giving into this bullshit imposition that they're putting on
what
people.
I don't want because I love Star Wars.
Right.
I love Star Wars just as much, and I don't want to watch it because I don't want it to tarnish
The rest
what
of
I
Star
love.
Wars. Yeah.
Yes,
It's going to ruin
sorry.
it's going to ruin the whole. I don't know.
It is.
the whole thing of it.
I'll wait till
Stop my
the
dick on her. Make it gay.
lesbian.
That's the
Space
South
Oh,
Park
that's
thing.
South Park. Yes.
Yeah, no shit.
I do bad we couldn't watch it. We couldn't find that. Is that Cartman?
Yeah, we fought with that trying to find
Oh, so painful.
it. But yeah, there's movies out there that you should see, and I think I remember one when I was a teen. It was a rated R movie,
Ooh.
and
And you were 7.
no,
V for Vendetta.
no, it
7?
was not that 7.
Was
No,
it
I was
when you went to your
probably-
friend's house and you heard his parents were in the center? Is that the movie you're talking about? They had a home video.
You watched American Werewolf
They were in the hot
London.
tub.
No, in the hot tub. No, it was. I think I was 15 or 16 when it came out. I can't exactly remember.
It was Bo Derek with 10.
That wasn't a comedy.
Oh,
I don't believe.
was Bo Derek 10 a comedy?
No,
No, it was not.
it was not.
We were talking about comedies.
We're talking about comedies.
Oh,
But yes, if you want to start busting out movies where we were naughty and we saw them when we
We had
shouldn't have,
teenage
Well,
boners.
that would have been one of them.
Bo Derek was also in Tommy Boy with Chris
She
Farley.
was, yeah.
And but
She
Chris
was.
Farley was like, she's like a 10 because that was the name of the movie.
Oh my God, I'm not sure I even got that joke at the time.
Yeah, well, the one I'm
what's-
thinking of
yeah, what's
is
the one you're thinking of?
Porky's.
Oh, Porky's classic.
Classic, and I don't think you've seen it, Paul. Have
I
you?
have
That's
not.
too bad.
I don't know if it holds up
It's
to
unfortunate.
today.
It doesn't, but it was a sign of the times.
Yeah.
And look, back then, the movies, it was right off the coattails of like the Grease kind of style movie. It was the
Took place in
classic
the 50s,
60s.
60s.
Is another one is Meatballs.
That
one's
was
a little bit
more of the
different.
80s.
That was more 80s. Bill
That was
Murray.
I
more
haven't
of the
seen. I haven't
80s.
seen that one either.
I saw that.
That was Christy McNichols in that
Oh,
one,
yeah.
I believe.
Ooh,
And
she was pretty.
she was, but back to the Porky's thing. I think the thing about Porky's that was so hilarious is because it was kind of like Animal House style, and
Right.
it was like a genre of
Slapstick humor.
Lots of
it was
hijinks.
slapstick, but it was kind of like white, kind of middle class white college students reacting to life.
Frat
And
boys.
just kind of having fun and goofing and stuff. And they were like, and look, I'm going to say all this, but I don't condone any of it, but in the movies Porky's, they had like drilled a hole through a wall that you get to see all these women taking a shower. You know,
Yeah,
so there's boobies in it. That's
Yeah.
why as
there's
a
boobies in it.
16-year-old boy,
Oh,
you
yeah,
want to
you
go
were
see
So
this.
one of these guys, so they drill a bunch of holes in the wall in the shower, and all the football players are there. I guess they're football players. I don't know. They're looking at the girls through the holes in the shower, and one of the guys sticks his willy through the one of the holes,
Is Willie?
and
It's like a glory hole.
And
And
the
his dick is hanging on the other side.
It is a glory hole. That's the definition of a
track
glory hole.
coach, Whackhammer, what was her name?
Balls breaker or
Ball
something.
breaker. She,
Whackhammer.
she runs over there and says, she grabs the dick and
she
she starts
grabs it with
pulling it. And,
both
and the
hands.
guy's like, oh my God, she's got my dick. Oh my God. It was, it's like,
Why was she doing that? Did she know what it
She
was?
was trying to catch him in the act.
yeah.
But all she had was his dick,
Nice.
and he was on the other side. So she was yanking it and just like stretching it.
Oh my God. And then she was like, and then he finally got it released. He was like, I know what it looks like and I'm going to freaking find it. I'm going to have to see all of their decks.
Well, that sounds like something I have to watch then.
Well,
it was good in the
I'm
day.
kidding.
It was
I'm
funny.
kidding.
Porky's 2 was also kind of funny, and
Yeah.
it wasn't as funny because the newness kind of rubbed off. The new car
Right.
smell of Porky's kind of rubbed off. Did they have a Porky's 3? I think they did.
I don't know. I saw the first and the second one. I know that.
Yeah, they try, with every movie, they always try to have the first, second, and third, try to
Right.
capitalize off of each one. But Porky's was classic. I mean, I recommend, actually, I don't recommend people watch it because it was a sign of the times.
Yeah, I don't know
They're
if
not
they'd
going to
hold up.
enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't know if that hold up today. I haven't seen it since
Yeah.
I was probably 18 or 19.
Yeah, it won't hold up because you're going to watch it and be like, this is fucking stupid because it just doesn't hold up to what they do today.
Right.
Right. It's not like Dust in the Wind or, I'm sorry, I didn't even say Dust, in the Wind. What is the God damn it. I just got a fucking brain fart.
That's a Kansas song.
Yeah. I'm just talking about like, I'm talking about there's those classic movies out there.
Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, Gone with the Wind. That was that fart in the wind, whatever it is. It's like it doesn't, because Gone with the Wind, that's a classic movie. I mean, there was true acting. It was a great storyline. It was well produced. It was a good story. If you watch it today, it would hold up to some of
And
the
it comes with a huge disclaimer now.
Well, because the guy says, damn it.
No, because it deals with slavery.
Yeah.
Well, you
And
know
it
what?
may be
Fuck them. It's a sign of the
offensive.
times. Well, you know what's offensive? All those post-slave people being all fucked up and expecting to want something out of nothing.
Yeah.
That's fucked up too.
Yeah, it is. So now all the new ones, I don't even know if they show it on TV anymore because if you buy it, it comes with a disclaimer.
Our show comes with a disclaimer, doesn't it?
Yeah, probably needs to.
Look, it frustrates
you can
me
put that on a
on
calculator, too.
the folk that have issues with some of the stuff that we talk about. And I mentioned it, and I'll say it, but it's true, and you know it's true. Just some people don't have the balls to say it.
What?
Well, we're probably gonna have to delete part of this.
Well, going back to the comedies, I like the Porky's. We were talking out there in the green room. I think there's one that the whole family of movie we forgot, Police Academy.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that one?
Police Academy is actually fun. They had the
there was
black
like-
guy on there that made all the noises.
yes.
Weren't there like 6 of them?
Yes, I didn't see all those. I saw the first couple.
Yeah, the first couple were good.
Yeah.
Why do they not realize, like, why do they have to, like, make 2 good ones or 3 good ones and just let it go?
Because it's about money.
It's money.
It is. I know.
The politicians, everything. It's all about effing money. The Police Academy was funny. Airplane was funny.
That's Steve Gutenberg?
Naked Gun was funny.
I see a theme.
Naked Gun, they were
in
great.
some of these movies from the 80s,
Airplanes.
lots of boobs were in
Lots of boobs.
Yeah, in National Lampoon.
Especially an airplane.
Well, they're jiggling with the jello.
Yeah. That was great.
Yes.
Remember William Shatner in Airplane 2? Was it Airplane 2?
That was Airplane 2.
That was really good. It was funny as hell.
Well, he was playing off of a Twilight Zone character he played.
Well, no, he was on the moon base, remember? And
Did he see something on the wing? Like a creature on the wing?
Maybe. I just remember he's walking into his
Maybe
bridge.
that was from a Twilight Zone that I'm thinking of.
Remember he's walking to the bridge and he goes,
It was from the Twilight Zone. Was it a movie or a sitcom? Because
It was a
they had
movie.
both. There was a miniseries with Twilight Zone and, of course, the movies.
It was the movie. Anyway, go ahead.
yeah, he's walking towards the bridge and he goes, and the door goes, and he goes,
yeah.
like he's telling the door,
Right.
So funny. I mean, it was just slapstick
I'll tell
humor,
you,
but it's just
there's
greatness.
what was the movie Top Secret?
That's a good one.
With Val Kilmer.
That was Charlie
Val-
Sheen.
No, it was
No?
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
Oh, what am I thinking of?
The Chocolat Mousse.
It was with Val Kilmer.
Oh, God.
Oh, now it's
Really?
awkward.
Really?
Didn't Val Kilmer die?
I don't know if he's dead yet or not. He was.
No,
in,
he's not dead.
He was in Top Gun, the last one.
Yeah, he's not dead.
Oh,
But,
God, man,
but
there's
wasn't there a movie like that with Charlie Sheen?
It
Oh,
was called. Yeah, he was a.
I could have sworn
Charlie Sheen had a voice like that in
it was
one
like
of his
top.
movies.
It was like
No,
Top Flight or like
He was a pilot.
yes,
And hot something or something like
Hot
that.
Shots.
Hot Shots.
That was it. It was
like
Hot
it
Shots.
was a take on Top Gun.
Yes, and it's funny.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of funny.
Yeah. He was also in. Was it Major League? Just a bit outside. Was he played the pitcher?
just
right?
outside.
Oh yeah, he's
With
the
Bob.
he's
Bob Euchre.
what's his nickname? Come on, we got to go see these things again.
All right, what is the name of the movie?
It's a Major League, wasn't it? Was it called Major League?
Oh yeah, the baseball movie, of course.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was Wild Thing. That was his name.
Oh yeah, he walked out with the Wild Thing theme
Yes,
song.
yes, he was Wild Thing.
Oh, no.
God, it was so good. Tom Berenger.
Charlie Sheen has been in a ton of fucking movies.
Yeah.
You know, as crazy and butt factored as he is, and actually, there's probably going to be. I mean, I'm surprised that he hasn't had some sort of legal issue.
I'm surprised
with,
he's alive based on
well,
what
I mean,
happened about a decade ago.
with the drugs. But I'm talking about the
Amazing.
sexual stuff because he's fucking everything that walks.
All these guys are untouchable, right? And they have women throwing themselves at him. All the athletes are that way. I mean, I'm sure he's had some moments that were he's not proud of. Let's just say that.
Well, he was talking about the whole Tiger Blood, and he was hopped up on drugs for a
Lord,
while.
man, he's just crazy.
It was bad.
Tiger Blood. I never heard
Tiger
about-
blood. That's what he would
Yes.
say. That's what Charlie Sheen would say. He's just a nutcase.
He was
I
saying
mean,
that he took Tiger Blood as like a supplement.
No. He did say that. He was just making an analogy that he's got tiger blood in his body because he's kind of like he's a ferocious tiger.
Okay, I
Yeah,
got
it's
you.
just a
Tiger blood.
nutbag. And I like his comedy. What is the 2.5 Men? I mean that show was funny.
Never watched that.
I never watched it either.
But as far as like the movies go, moving forward from the that genre, not from the genre, but just in addition to that, what I mean, you've got. I think I mentioned. I mean, you had Indiana Jones back then. Are those man movies we want to watch?
Oh yeah, man movie. Well, just that I think if you want to stick with the man movies, I think Blues Brothers is another one. I think that's a classic. I know I
must-watch.
watched that with my boys when they were probably 8, 10, maybe 10 or 12. This is after I showed them the Clash of the Titans. You know, the special effects,
God,
and they about
the claymation.
they about vomited on that. And when I
Yeah.
said, "Hey, I got another movie from my child I want you to see," they both groaned
right.
and complained, and I was like, "No, this one's different. There are no special effects."
But
or
you got
anything like
you
that.
got Blue Brothers, you got Trading Places, and we already mentioned Airplane. I mean, all that stuff is like that. You know what? Look, those we're not seeing a lot of these movies nowadays. I mean,
Like movies of that caliber, you mean?
yeah, just kind of like how you like fun little bullshit
No,
stuff. Now
everything
it's
has
so,
to be over the top special effects.
Oh,
and you
well,
know,
it's not just that, but it's got to have like there. You got to have some black people, some white people, some yellow people, some red people. It's
Right.
just like all this DEI
It's
shit
all
that they're bringing
diversity.
in.
Well, Cab
And it's-
Calloway was in that.
Cab Calloway.
He was black.
Well, okay. I mean, whatever. Yeah.
Ray Charles was in there.
Yeah, Ray Charles was in it. They had a bunch of black people in that.
I mean, I liked it better when we didn't have to focus on that. Just you know what? Why don't you get characters on there to just have fun? I mean, Sammy Davis Jr. You know, just have fun. Get out there and have fun and do
Right.
your shtick. And
Princess Leia was in that.
Oh, God bless it. You
She
know-
was the psycho girlfriend, remember?
Oh yes.
Remember she like had a freaking RPG or a bazooka or
Yeah.
something.
What's good is both my boys loved this.
I guarantee my boys have never seen it.
You need to watch it with them.
I know.
It's got
I
great
do.
music, good comedy, great car chases. That's what they
Yeah,
liked.
for sure.
I mean, they beat the shit out of Chicago. Probably 300, 400 cop cars just piled up.
Yeah, totally over the top.
Oh, it was. It was great. Great. Good movie.
What a mission from God.
It was good.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. We
Do
should.
we dive into Weird Science, When Harry Met Sally, or Breakfast Club style stuff?
Oh, those are all good.
I didn't much care for When Harry Met Sally.
Oh, I thought it was great.
It didn't do much for me.
What about Goonies?
No, Goonies was good.
Yeah.
Is that a man movie though?
No,
It's a kid movie.
it's a kid movie.
I mean, I was a man when I watched it. I fucking loved it.
If we're talking about man movie, I mean, we were talking about like
Dude, I was
Terminator.
18. I was watching fucking The Land Before Time. It was a cartoon.
Oh yeah.
Well, okay.
Wasn't
I
a
think we all
cartoon.
have. I think we all
Oh,
have
yeah,
a
the
soft
cartoon
spot.
with the
We all have a
dinosaurs.
soft spot for like animated movies, yes. But when you're talking about men movies, we're talking about like Terminator and True Lies and Aliens.
Well, you got
And-
like Platoon. You got like Moonstruck, a Bloodsport. Remember Bloodsport with
Claude Van Damme.
Did you say Moonstruck?
Yeah, Moonstruck.
That's
With-
not a
with
guy
Cher?
movie. That's a total chick
It's a
flick.
chick flick, dude.
Well, how about Excalibur?
That was from like late 70s, I think. Maybe
Yeah.
1980.
Probably some boobage in that one though.
Could be.
Could be.
How about the Rockies? Kind of.
Yeah, the
They were
first
good.
they were good. The first one or two.
I got
were-
burnt out after the first one. I thought the first one was good. The second one was kind of like, yeah, and the third one was like, bitch, please.
The third
and
one.
then,
The third one had Mr. T in it.
yeah, I was like,
Yo,
Well, and
come
then
on, sucker.
and then what's
Clubber
the
Lang,
what was the resurgence of that series? Is the younger boxer that
Apollo Creed. So it's called Creed.
Creed?
Yeah.
So
I haven't seen any of them.
people say that's good.
Of
Like
course they do.
I'm just saying. Like my wife was like, "You can see that." I was like, "I have no interest.
Yeah,
I'm done with the whole thing.
yeah.
I have
am as
no
well.
interest in seeing Rocky go. You can do this.
You could do it. Hey, Jane.
Come on.
Hey, Jane. My balls dropped again.
Man,
What about, like,
when I was
Bill,
your age, I had to run 20 miles.
What
each
about
way.
Bruce Willis in Die Hard?
Die Hard was good.
Good one.
Bruce. What
But they
about-
also did too many of those.
What about Bruce Willis in general and his aptitude to decline?
Yeah, very
What's
unfortunate.
going on with him?
Aphasia.
Yeah, he made a lot.
Is
He
that what
has
it's called?
aphasia. Yeah,
Aphasia. Yeah.
he made a shit ton of movies later in his career that were just terrible. Because I tuned them
Yeah.
in, I was like, "Oh, a Bruce Willis." I'd read it. I was like, "That sounds all right." And I go in there, and the quality is so bad. The acting was terrible.
But the
I'm just
interesting
like,
thing is he had some
"Geez."
nuggets in there, like Fifth Element.
Yeah,
Boy,
Fifth
that
Element
was
was
great.
good.
This was after
Sixth,
all that.
Sixth Element.
Fifth.
Sixth. Is it fifth?
Fifth.
I thought it was the sixth.
No, you're
Sense.
thinking Sixth Sense.
That's Sixth
Fifth Element.
Oh, the Fifth Element.
Yes.
that was
Fantastic
a very
movie.
crazy ass movie that
It
you
was.
never expect to. You watch it, you're kind of like, this is the fucking most retarded thing ever.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
I absolutely love that
Fucking
movie.
love it. And who's the black kid on there?
Oh, he's hilarious.
Chris something.
Not Chris Rock. Chris
Chris-
something though.
He looked like Chris Rock.
He was
the
also
producer.
in Rush
Fifth Element.
Hour. He was also in Rush Hour
Yes.
with Jackie Chan.
Yes.
Loud.
Chris something.
Fifth Element.
Chris.
I'm sure somebody's
Tucker.
screaming. Some
Chris Tucker. Yes.
That's it. Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
Well done. You figured it out.
So, but the Fifth Element is like insane. I mean, it
That-
was a sign
that-
of the times back
Well,
then.
that chick back then was something else too.
Yes, she was.
Mila Jovovich.
She was no one really knew either. And the outfit, I mean, I watched a couple shows that talked about how they came about with some of these concept and designs, the fashion designers that came up with what they were doing.
Yeah.
And it's just way above their time.
Oh,
It was like
definitely ahead of their time.
and they didn't know what they were going to do. It was like when they were like, I don't know, let's just figure this out. And they took tape and they were like, it doesn't look good. Let's do this. Let's do that.
It was great. It's
You know?
such a great movie.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's so unique. So ahead of its
different.
time. Yes. And she was hot.
Yeah.
Multi-pass.
She had beautiful eyes. And she has a daughter that looks fucking just like her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she does.
She a little bit reminds me of the Species girl. She was hot too.
Yeah, she was.
That wasn't really a comedy though.
No. Well, how about so we're diving in. We mentioned did we mention Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Manly movies, yes.
well, Indiana Jones came up. Well, what's his name? Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford had a whole line. You got Star Wars. You got Indiana Jones. And what was the one he was in?
He was
Fugitive.
in the Fugitive. That was good.
that was a good one.
Fugitive was good. But what about what is what we joke about all the time with the person's dropping down into the cage and he's like the Indiana Jones movie is like
Huh?
the fucking medicine doctor, the shaman, and he would say like,
Kalima!
there you go.
Oh, that's Temple of Doom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
I fucking-
Kalima.
that is
Kalima.
so funny. Kalima. No, and then you got like what about Back to the Future with
Those are
Michael
all
J.
great.
Fox?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they kind of jumped a shark for me.
Oh, when they came up with like
It got extremely
fucking
repetitive.
six.
Like every like
had three, I
conflict
think.
was the same. Are you chicken? Don't call me chicken. I mean,
Did
it
you
was
just call my chicken?
with Biff.
yeah. I mean, but it was still good. I actually watched. It was on, and it just kind of rolls when they have the trilogy going.
Right.
And I watched, I think, 2 and 3, and they weren't as bad as I remember. I just remember. Here's the problem: when these are coming out, they're big summer movies, right? And we're like, still in high school or maybe middle school, whatever, and we're so excited, right?
Oh yeah.
And they disappoint. And so for the rest of our life, we probably don't see it again because we're disappointed. Like it wasn't as good as we thought. Then you go back and watch it and it's like, well, shit, man, it wasn't as bad as, you know what I mean? Now your expectations are lower and you
Right.
watch the movie again and it's not as bad. So
Right.
I don't know. Sometimes you got to go back and watch that shit because it's not bad.
So we were talking about little Sylvester Stallone. He's got a lineup of movies.
He's
He's
got
got
a bunch.
the Predator. He's got the First
Predator.
Blood and
Judge-
Rambo.
Remember
He's
Judge
a Predator.
Remember Judge
That was
Dredd?
Arnold.
Arnold
Oh, I
Schwarzenegger.
misspoke. I mean,
Arnold
yeah.
Schwarzenegger.
Just First Blood and Rambo.
He's coming out with another Rambo, I think.
Yeah. Wow.
Seriously?
I think so.
He's in a wheelchair.
Well, actually, I think it just got
Ooh.
released.
What is
as a
about the
matter
one
of
with
fact.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was on Mars? What was that called?
Total Recall?
Total Recall.
You know,
that was
you know what's
crazy.
funny?
It
Me and
wasn't
my-
bad.
Me and my dad watched that when I was out there moving them here. I recorded a bunch of these movies because I knew
Nice.
he would never watch them by himself. And
Interesting.
Total Recall was we watched like the last.
Did you bring it to him on VHS tape?
No, it was on TNT or something like that.
Oh.
And
I bet you enjoyed that
you know,
though.
we
That must
watched
have been
like
great.
the last half of it, and I recorded several of those movies, and we watched them all while we were out there. And he would sit there and he'd look at me like, "This is fucking stupid."
Yeah, he'd be like, seriously, you're making me watch this?
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing of
Yes.
that most kids nowadays are. I shouldn't say kids necessarily, but just most of the young adults nowadays. They look at the movies that came out in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and they're kind of like, "This is bullshit."
Yeah.
I mean, I remember walking into my wife's parents' house, and their grandparents lived there, and he was in there watching like the old fart channel. I'm like, "What are you watching? Another fucking western?" And he was like, "Oh, he can talk." He was like, "Goo goo." He had some sort of
Cuckoo.
I said good. But he had some sort of like goo. He couldn't talk because he had a heart attack. His brain was all fucked
Right.
up.
Okay.
But whatever. He was. My point is that's what he did. He sat in the fucking room all day and watched a bunch of old fart movies.
Right.
And this is what we would do. We would watch a bunch of old fart movies that we like. He was watching shit he liked, and they're gonna watch shit like they like. You know?
Yeah.
We're kind of like, this is the stuff we like, but we're kind of trying to orient around what's a manly movie.
So, and I try to think about going back and watching a ton of old movies that people say is like, I've never seen Gone with the Wind. You guys are gonna be like, what? I've never seen Gone with the
That's
Wind.
long.
Right. Long. And then apparently, John Wayne has 100 westerns.
Yep.
So I'm not sure I've ever seen not one.
John
I'm
Wayne
not sure I've ever
is
seen a John
actually
Wayne movie.
Kind of a disappointment.
You think so?
No, as an actor, he is
Okay, Pilgrim.
he did his job. I mean, whatever. But you got to imagine. First of all, John Wayne's not his name. His name is Marianne something.
Most of them don't have stage names. Yeah.
Well, whatever. But I mean, outside of that, he dodged the draft.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about
don't-
John Wayne.
I mean, people are like, "Oh, John Wayne, a manly man." He's not so much a manly man. He's just like he dodged the draft. He did this. He did
Is
that.
that the only thing you have on John Wayne is that he dodged the draft?
Yeah, he
You're
had a
shitting
fag-
all over him. How do you know he wasn't a manly man? You didn't know him.
Well, you didn't either.
I didn't either, but I mean, he certainly has a reputation for being a total man's man.
That's because of his movies, and they portrayed him that.
There's more to that, more to his biographies.
Oh, because he was hanging out with Rock Hudson? That says a lot.
Cock Hudson.
I'm sorry. Go on. After he's hanging out with Rock Hudson, what do you got something to say about that?
Really? Okay, tell you what, I'll come to the next podcast and give you
Is it Rock Hudson the one that had
give
AIDS?
you more.
Yes, he was gay.
Neither one of us have any clue
All right,
what
so
we're talking about.
Other manly movies, you got like Braveheart, The Patriot.
Braveheart
Gladiator?
was outstanding.
Yeah,
Which one?
Braveheart was outstanding.
Outstanding.
That was Mel
That's one of
Gibson.
my favorite. Dances with Wolves is another one of my favorites.
Kevin Costner. Yeah, that was a classic movie. It
I
was
was
sign
hope-
of the times back then too.
I was hoping that his most recent movie would be like as good as that, but it got kind of shady reviews, I guess.
I don't know. I want to watch it.
I do too.
wanna
What's
watch
it called?
Horizon.
Horizon. And just the first one's come out. There's supposed to be 3.
First, next one's coming out in about a month. I think there's going to be 4. He said.
So, but you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it yet. No.
I'm actually looking forward to it. I don't know. Why did Hollywood turn on him? It seemed like
who?
on Kevin Costner. It seemed like they turned on him and they were so eager to shit on his movie. You know what I mean?
What did he happen? I mean, he's not a.
I mean,
he's not a
Yellowstone-
Republican. Is he?
Yellowstone went well.
Well, I don't think he's a hardcore Dem either. I don't think he toots the horn of the Dem.
Right.
I don't think he toots the horn of anything, but he just speaks his mind. Kind of like Denzel Washington. He said some really poignant things as well.
Right. Un-Hollywood things.
Yes, and Morgan Freeman.
Oh, yeah.
He's
He
kinda
always
said some
has.
things.
Well, Morgan Freeman's black, so he'll be able to get away with it. But Morgan Freeman, I actually have a lot of respect for. He says a lot of things that are real, and that is awesome.
Like he doesn't want Black History Month.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was talking
he
to
despises it.
some Wallace. Mark, was it James Wallace? What's his name? He was
The governor, George Wallace.
No. He was having an interview, and he was like, "Do you want a Jewish month?" He was like, "No." But do you want a Jewish month? He put the guy in the spot. He's like, "No, I don't want a Jewish month." He's like, "Why do we want a Black History Month?" It's like, you know what? You want to stop racism? Stop talking about it.
I
Pretty much
I
right.
tend to
Stop
agree
talking
with
about
that.
it. What the hell? I mean, you guys are making a big deal about stuff that's really not there. You are making a big deal about it.
I
Right.
really feel like we were past it, too. That's just so unfortunate.
Yeah.
It has
It's coming
roared
back. You know why?
Is roared
Because
back.
of Obama. I blame
Yeah.
Obama.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's a cliche. I do blame him. The Patriot, peaceful farmer Benjamin Martin is
That's a good one.
Oh,
That's
fucking
some
Morgan
good,
Freeman's 87 years old.
there's some good cannon destruction in that.
Cannon destruction.
Bodies.
How about Clint Eastwood with like the Heartbreak Ridge?
I've seen a few of his movies. He was big in the 60s and 70s. He had a shit ton of spaghetti westerns.
And then he had
Clint
his
Eastwood.
Dirty Harry,
Then he
right?
had Dirty Harry.
Well, he also had like there was a funny thing where he had a little
Any Which Way You
monkey,
Can. That was Any Which Way But Loose and Any Which Way You Can or something like that.
and he had a little monkey with him.
He had an orangutan.
Yeah,
And it was with that.
what the fuck
It was
that
with
all
that
about?
blonde Sandra something.
Locke.
Sandra Locke.
Yes.
She was cute.
Yeah.
And I think they might have. I kind of wondered if they had a thing, but maybe not. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure they do. I mean, behind the closed doors, those guys are whatever.
Yeah.
Those movie stars, they're kind of
Go back to Heartbreak Ridge real quick.
He's really old, isn't he?
hard-nosed, hard-living Marine gunnery sergeant Tom Highway clashes with his superiors and his ex-wife as he takes command of a spoiled recon platoon with a bad attitude.
Scroll down to the people that were. There is a guy, I think, keep scrolling down. Pete Koch. I met him. Swede. He was the big ass fucker. That guy right in the
Oh,
middle.
good Lord. He is ginormous.
He dated my neighbor.
Really?
Yeah. And he was over there. And this is when how old was I when this movie came out?
Was it the neighbor you threw eggs at?
No, 84.
The hiding under the bush?
So I was 15. No, I was a different neighbor. So I was 15.
Would I recognize this guy? I mean, why do I can't really tell if I recognize him at all.
I don't know what else he's been in, but he was also played for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Ah.
And that's why he was in Cincinnati.
Hey, scroll down a little bit. What is it? Known for what? Is that Loverboy and Conspiracy Theory and Heat?
Yeah,
Heat.
I don't think he's been in much, but he played for the Bengals. He was huge. He was a big man. And I remember he came out. We were playing football in the street, and he came out. Like I said, he was dating
Your neighbor.
lady that was right next to us.
Sure.
He came out, just tremendously large man, and sat and talked with us for a while.
Oh, that's cool.
He looks like he was a Raider as well.
Yep, sure was.
Yeah, he was a big man.
God, look at his arm, man.
How about like
Fucking ripped.
Patrick Swayze Roadhouse?
It's a good one
That was good. That was good. Did you watch the new one?
No.
with Jake.
It was all right. Jake Gyllenhaal.
He was
Roadhouse.
the one in Brokeback Mountain, wasn't
Yes.
Stop it.
Yes.
he? He was.
So Roadhouse, a
you
bouncer
guys seen that?
hired to clean
Is that
up
a
the
man's
baddest
movie?
honky-tonk in Missouri
one.
town. Armed
the
with
number
a
one man's movie.
black belt in
Brokeback
karate
Mountain.
and a degree in philosophy.
Well, I remember the big thing was there is when he got mad, he ripped out their larynx.
No, he ripped out one, at least
He
two.
did the crawl. Ripped out their
Nice.
throat.
Awesome.
That's what he was known for.
Yeah, Roadhouse was a sign of the times too. What time of the year it came out in 1989? Oh, God bless, that was a long time
I was
ago.
20 years old.
Damn. Yeah, he was a tough loss. One of my favorite movies from him is Point Break, of course, but
Yeah, Point Break,
great
it's
movie.
solid.
Not Dirty Dancing?
It's okay, but it's not really a man's movie. I think Point Break is a freaking awesome
Nobody
guy's
puts Betty in the
movie.
corner.
He was also a ghost.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, Ghost with
Demi Moore was
Whoopi
hot.
Goldberg.
Demi Moore was hot too.
Demi Moore's kind of she's kind of interesting. I mean, she played Jane as a
G.I.
Marine.
G.I. Jane.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
weird casting for that.
I don't think I ever saw that.
I saw
She
parts
was
of it, I think.
raped. They showed it. I don't know how vividly. I don't recall, but I mean, they showed her that she was raped, or at least the start of it, and she fought back, and it was just kind of like, what the fuck?
In
kinda
Jane?
Like, yeah, G.I. Jane, and it's kind of like,
Oh.
what the fuck, man? Why,
Trying to show how tough she was, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. And then she had a full frontal on there.
Like bush and everything.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, boobies at least. Well, she was famous for showing her boobies everywhere.
She
Yeah.
did. She did some good nude scenes.
So who else would? Okay, let's talk about nude scenes for a second. So who was?
my goodness, really?
Well, let's talk about like Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd, and there was the woman on there. I forget her name. Blonde. Or
Her name. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. It's. Oh geez, come on, Jeff.
Terry Garr.
No. No, she's in that crazy Everything All at Once movie.
Do what?
He'll get it, but I forget her name. We have people yelling at the radio right now. Oh my God, it's blah blah blah.
fucking Jamie Lee Curtis. God damn it.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis. Yes.
And you know what? I'm kind of happy about Jamie Lee Curtis, how she embraced being old. And she's like, fuck it. You know what? I am not going to be going on these diets. I'm living my life. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But you know what? I'm embracing getting old. Fuck off. I don't need to fit in that goddamn dress.
Did you ever watch that movie?
By the way, I have a penis.
I thought she was. I agree with you, Sean. I think I do applaud her for that.
Did you see this movie?
I did. Painful. I
Yeah.
thought it was painful.
Especially the whole butt plug
It was so.
thing.
It wanted.
Did you say butt plug?
Yes.
Oh,
What is that all
yes.
about?
Butt plug and
In
it,
Trading
All kinds
Places?
of stuff going up in the butt.
it
No.
was so desperately reeking of wanting attention.
What movie was this?
It actually won an Oscar.
I know it was pathetic to win an Oscar.
What is the movie
It was
that
not
she's
that
wearing
great.
a butt plug?
Not her. It's some dudes.
Oh,
It's called Everything,
Jesus.
Everywhere, All at Once.
Okay, I don't want to
It's
hear
a
about
fight
it
scene.
anymore.
When they
These
jam-
dudes fought with like butt plugs in.
Yes.
Yes, and it just reeks of like just attention. Look at the shock value stuff we're doing. It was, and then they run around and they have dicks as noses.
Yes.
I'm just like, really?
Yeah.
I mean, it was just over the top.
I think we've strayed.
Yeah. That was a strange movie. I fought through it, but I was like, why did this win an Oscar?
Right. It
How
should.
about-
It definitely should not have won
How
an
about
Oscar.
the Steven Seagal movies?
I've seen his one of the first few ones, and I gave up on him because he had a shit ton, and they got really bad.
You know, he had an interesting career, and you know, from what I understood, as some of these other guys, I'm trying to remember who was on Face Off. John Travolta and
Nick Cage.
Nicolas Cage, and Steven Seagal. They both fell into like hard times as far as money goes. Here they are, movie stars. They're making millions and millions of dollars, but yet they are in financial disarray.
They spent it, invested.
Yeah,
it.
Nicolas Cage was one of those never turned down a script.
Yeah, because he couldn't. From what I understood,
so many.
he owed people a shitload of money. Like I don't know because you never really know. And Steven Seagal was the same thing. Steven Seagal's kind of interesting. He's kind of like reminds me of Ted Nugent because he's got these
Look at
certifications
the
and
rankings on all those movies. Just suck. Anyway, go ahead.
Of Steven Seagal.
Yes.
331 327 443. Yeah, none of them above a 5. Oh, there's a 6'6".
Machete.
Moshete. So you've got like what about Mel Gibson in what is the movies? He was in Mel Gibson played
Lethal
Weapons.
Weapon,
The
yeah.
Lethal Weapons.
And you know what? There were 4 of them, and they were all pretty good, actually. I mean, it's rare that you can make 4 movies in a trilogy or
That's
in
when
a
you had Joe
series.
Pesci. You never go through. It sounded like fucking Jeff. You never go through the drive-through. You don't come through they fuck you through the drive-through. Except he didn't say you're lazy. Hold on. You're just lazy. That's
Just
Jeff.
lazy.
Yes, lazy. You're lazy in the
He
drive.
also did the Mad Max movies.
Oh,
Road Warrior.
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
Road
Road
Warrior
Warrior.
was outstanding. I
I thought Mad Max was great.
Yeah, Mad Max was. Well, that's the first one.
No, I mean Beyond Thunderdome. Sorry.
Yeah, with Tina Turner.
Yes.
Yes,
She was good.
I
She had funky hair.
I just watched Furiosa. Have you guys seen that one yet?
Never even heard of it.
Furiosa.
The Mad Max story.
No.
Have you
Is
seen?
that new?
Yes, it just came out.
Hmm.
So if you like that whole genre,
Right.
it's entertaining. I think it's kind of unnecessary.
Hey,
What is
before
it?
we run out of time, we probably should address the bourbon. I already finished mine. God damn it, it was so good. This is this is one of the classic, the rare character blends of
Correct.
whiskey bourbons that come out. And this stuff, you're not going to find a whole lot of information online about it. It's one of these things that you're going to have to be there. So if you don't know what rare character is, you just need to find out, because they find them the rare. You find it exactly what it is. It's rare. These guys shuffle themselves around the United States, and they procure specific barrels that they sample from all people, and they're like, "Hey, we're absorbing this into our collection,
Correct.
and we want to buy it. And what's your price?" They name it, bam, they got it, and we've got this new one, and it's called what?
It's a rare character. It's a single barrel series, and I got this when I was out in Nevada.
I'm gonna take one more little pull.
That's like your fourth one.
It's my third.
And I got this out in Nevada at the Battleborn Whiskey and Wine Shop. And he called. We got on his list because we bought the last one when we were out there that we liked so much, the other rare character. And this is a straight rye whiskey.
It's so delicious.
It's a straight rye whiskey finished in Tokaji casks.
Ooh.
That sounds Asian.
Tokaji, it's a type of wood, I imagine.
Yeah.
Tokaji?
Sounds like an Asian wood.
Could be. I don't know.
Is that just a translation from oak?
Could be. But it's aged 6 years, 11 months, so basically 7 years. Were you going to say something?
No, but it's a blend.
It's a blend of, it's a single barrel.
Oh, it's a single barrel, so it's not a blend at all.
No, it's just a single barrel.
'Cause typically, that's what they're kind of stick.
Well, yeah,
stick.
And they have the single barrel series as well.
This is a fantastic bottle.
Yeah, and it's
Absolutely pristine.
about 57.9%. So what is that?
It's perfect. 115,
100,
114.
almost 116.
Yeah.
And it's outstanding.
It really is. It's a fantastic buy. I applaud that you were able to pick it up. I'm so thankful that the gentleman that called you to grab it. It's unfortunate that he's going to come up with some of this shit in the future. You're not going to be around.
Yeah.
Unless we.
And I asked, and he can't ship.
You know what? I need you to forward me his information, and I will work on that because I have the gift of the gab, and I can probably work on something out. Especially when it comes to getting these, because where the fuck else are we going to get these?
I know. I don't know. I've never seen them here.
Did we already go through the kind of the nose and the
No, nothing yet.
Well,
the mash bill?
Well, I don't even know what the mash bill is. It's a rye. We know that, and it's a single barrel, and
It's got a hot finish. There's no question about that. It's very tasty, extremely tasty. It's got a hot finish. There's a lot of stuff coming out of it.
there's tobacco, there's leather. It's not as viscousy, so it's not as thick.
This is bottle number 46.
Oh, 45 is better.
It's got some raisins going on. They could taste the
I can
raisin.
taste the raisins,
Yeah,
the dates maybe.
little clove action going on.
There's some sweetness, and it's a rye, so
Yeah,
it's not a bourbon.
Yeah,
So
it automatically makes it kind of a little spicy thing going on.
I know we've been kind of hesitant with the ryes.
Oh, absolutely. And now it's kind of like, oh my God.
It's good.
Ryes are like so much different. I mean, regular bourbon, weeded, regardless, everything's got their own thing. It's just like anything. It's just, but rye, we didn't have a whole lot of respect for. I absolutely do now.
Oh yeah.
This is impeccable, and I'm ready to rate. And let's first go dive into the nose, the taste. What is after the nose? The smell and the throat. I'm fucking
The throat.
The throat.
Let's talk about the throat.
It's the throat.
It's not the throat. It's what is it?
The taste?
The palate.
The palate. Oh my
The palate.
god!
So it's the nose, the palate, the finish.
This is the moment where you guys were at during the fucking whiskey festival, and I was like digging these small little samples, and you're like, "Hey, how's it going?" I was like, "Hey guys, have you eaten yet? Holy shit!"
Man, the throat on that whiskey is outstanding.
Fucking light a match
Really
behind
good
you
throat.
guys.
No, this is outstanding, and it's unfortunate I won't be going out there as frequently as I was to maintain that relationship. But I think I would rate this probably a high 8, like an 8.7 or an 8.8.
You know, I'm on board.
It's right out there with the other one. The other one was wholly unique as well.
You know what? I'm gonna do this. This is gonna be really weird. I'm gonna do 9.
All right, we don't think we have a 9 yet.
I'm gonna say that this is probably one of the best samples that I've tasted. This is I don't want I don't know. Hold on. I gotta toughen up on this. What is the highest? Is 8.5? I might do 8.8.
It's smooth.
8.9.
What do you think, Paul?
He's very quiet over there.
I don't.
Mysterious.
I think I've only given out an 8 before, and I think that 8 was better than this one.
All right. Well, you rate it how you rate it.
I'm going to go with an 8.0.
All right. Each of us, I'm noticing our palates are kind of diverging some.
Yeah,
Whereas before, I think we all liked pretty much the same thing.
yeah.
Yeah, kind of weeded, weak.
Right. And now we're starting to develop our own little thing. So I anticipate our scores were going to vary drastically going
Like
forward.
a 9 and a 2.
Possibly. Yeah. Like if you like
9 and 2. He's such an ass.
possibly. If you don't like it, you're like, there's something in there like that butter one. Sean and I really
Oh,
liked
I loved it.
You did. You didn't
I-
care for it.
I literally would refuse to pull on it again.
I vomited.
Like just like the smoky stuff. I can't drink that stuff where you guys like it.
Yeah.
I do like the smoke.
I do too.
I can't handle that.
I do too.
So I mean,
You're right. I think. I mean, and that's what it's supposed to be. We're all supposed to like what we like.
I'm gonna hit an 8.9.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
an
gonna
8.8.
finish it up as an 8.9.
8.8. If you can find it, highly recommended. This is the rare character
Good
single
luck, you're never
barrel.
finding it.
Oh yeah.
Single barrel,
Extremely
straight
hard to
rye
find.
whiskey finished in Tokaji cask. Again, this
dive
one is
into the Toshaji cast.
so he specifically picked this barrel for his store. So
The dude at your store that you
yes,
talked to?
yes,
Really?
yeah, he specifically picked that barrel for his because it says on there Battleborn whiskey
Nice.
or Battleborn
So
wine and whiskey.
I gotta figure. Can you forward me the contacts to him? I'd like to develop a relationship with this guy.
Yeah. Dude, that's a young guy. He's probably in his mid-40s. So, nice guy. Knows his stuff.
Well, I'll tell you what. This is the fast second half, and as usual, it is. And I'm a little bit toasted because I took a few more pulls than I should have. Yeah. Look, I got a couple things to say. One thing is fight. God bless Donald Trump, and I'm so thankful he didn't die.
Oh, yeah.
And
For sure.
you know, it's a miracle, and I think it's wonderful, and you know, I think hopefully it will bring the country to some closure on some of this
Stability.
bullshit on the misinformation that's given out.
I really hope we turn a corner as a country. We
Yes,
need
there
to.
you go.
We really need to.
Right.
Because some of the stuff
mean-
they're saying is just not true. You can't call someone Hitler. You know, he wasn't Hitler.
No,
You
not
know,
even
come on,
close.
stop.
I just don't want us to fight anymore. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? When
Yep.
what is it going to take to come? I think an alien invasion is the only thing that can unite us.
Amen. I've said that thing in the last podcast. All right. So it's July 16th. Thank you, Mr. Producer, Mr. Austin, kicking us around here. Dudes like us. I'm Sean.
I am Paul.
Ooh, and I'm Joe.
Check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Dudes like us -- podcast.